Hello and welcome back. In the last video, as we saw the difference between bookkeeping and accountancy, then the three golden rules of accounting and the different terminologies used in accounting. This video will see the objectives of accounting and the different types of accounting with few examples. Now let's start. So the first is the recording financial transactions. The purpose of this is to systematically record all financial transactions in the books of accounts. And the reason is why it is done is this ensures that no transaction is forgotten or overlooked. For example, if we see that if we are writing the books of accounts and if we forget a single entry of cash withdrawal and we keep on entering the expenses, so the books will not match if we omit or forget any of the entry. So this objective is very important, that is recording financial transactions. The next is determining profit or loss. The purpose is to calculate the net profit or loss during a accounting period. How it is done? It is done by preparing the income statement, that is also called as, जिसको हम लोग प्रॉफिट और लॉस अकाउंट भी बोलते हैं. The next is determining financial position. The purpose is to assess the assets, liabilities and capital of the business at a particular date. And how it is done? It is done by preparing a balance sheet. The next is ensuring compliance with laws. The purpose is to meet legal requirements such as tax laws, company laws and regulatory bodies. Now how it is done? It is done through accurate financial reporting and proper record keeping. The next is facilitating decision making. Now the purpose is to provide financial data that helps management make informed business decisions. The examples are budgeting, pricing and investment planning. The next is assisting in financial planning and controlling. Now the purpose here is to use the past data to predict the future financial trends. The use is setting the goals, planning growth and control the cost. The next is providing information to stakeholders. Now the purpose of this is to inform stakeholders like owners, investors, creditors and employees about the financial health of the business. The importance is this builds the trust and supports decision making. The last is facilitating internal control. Now here the purpose is to monitor and control internal operations through financial records and audits. The benefit is this prevents the frauds, errors and misuse of the assets. Now we'll see the different types of accounting. Now the first is the financial accounting. Now this is to prepare the financial statements like income statement, balance sheet and cash flow statement for external users. Now as you know, the income statement is called the profit and loss account and balance sheet, as to you know, cash flow statement जो है वो, that is the each and every money which is invested in the business and each and every money spent in the business is recorded. That is called the cash flow statement. Now the users here are the investors, creditors, and regulators. The next is managerial accounting. Now, this is to provide internal reports and analysis to help managers make the decisions. The users are internal management only, and the focus of this is budgets, forecast, cost analysis, and performance evaluation. जैसे कि ये इंटरनल मैनेजमेंट के लिए ही है, तो ये मैनेजमेंट पे ही निर्भर करता है दैट विच रिपोर्ट्स आर टू बी जनरेटेड and how they are to be generated. The next is the cost accounting. Now this is to determine the cost of producing goods or services. Mostly these are used in manufacturing and production heavy industries. Here the focus is cost control, pricing, budgeting and profit planning. तो कॉस्ट अकाउंटेंट्स जो होते हैं वो ये सब प्रिपेयर करते हैं यूजुअली, एंड हियर द ईच एंड एवरी मनी स्पेंट राइट फ्रॉम द रॉ मटेरियल टिल फिनिश गुड्स आर अकाउंटेड फॉर. देन द प्रॉफिट मार्जिन इज एडेड टू गेट द फाइनल सेल्स वैल्यू ऑफ द गुड्स और सर्विसेज. द नेक्स्ट इज द टैक्स अकाउंटिंग. The tax account is to handle tax filing and ensure compliance with the tax laws. The focus is on income tax, sales tax, property tax and other taxes. And this is used by the government agencies and internal management. The next is audit accounting या auditing. Now this is to review and verify the financial statements and ensure accuracy. जो भी internal controls है वो बराबर है कि नहीं, and proper results you are getting or not. This is done for the auditing. There are two types of auditing. One is the internal audit. This is to check the systems and controls. And the external audit is carried out by the independent firms for legal and regulatory purpose. आज के तारीख में big 4 firms are there which are carried out to get the independent audits. Now forensic accounting is the recent one which is developed. जैसे हम लोग आज के तारीख में most of the payments are made on the basis of NEFTs and RTGS. Very few transactions are made by checks nowadays. So जैसे जैसे ये ऑनलाइन ट्रांजैक्शंस बढ़ते गए वैसे फ्रॉड्स हैं, जैसे डिस्प्यूट्स हैं, वो सब बढ़ते गए और फोरेंसिक अकाउंटिंग की ज़रूरत पड़ने लगी. Now this is to investigate the financial frauds and disputes, and this is used in legal cases, fraud detection and insurance claims. The next is the government accounting. This is to manage the public funds and government financial records, and the focus here is accountability and budget management. The last is the non-profit accounting, that is fund accounting for NGOs. Now this is to track the funds given for a specific purposes in non-profit organization, and the focus is on fund allocation, donor restrictions and transparency. Now here most of the payments are received individually or as under the CSR funds, that is corporate social responsibility. Now here each and every money received in the form of donations are recorded, and they are submitted, audited and submitted to the different CSR owners. So these were the accounting types. Now in the next we'll see the methodologies or the procedures of accounting. There are two types, that is the traditional methodology and modern methodology. Now in traditional methodology we have personal accounts. Within personal accounts we have personal account, entity account and representative personal account. Within personal account we can get it's my account, it's your account, Ram's account, Mitali's account, Rahul's account. They are all called the personal accounts. Entity accounts are what? They are like बैंक account. अगर आप क्रिकेट खेलते हो तो क्रिकेट क्लब अकाउंट है, that will be considered as entity account. Now representative personal account are the prepaid expenses account, income received in advance accounts. All they are the representative personal account. Within traditional methodology we have impersonal accounts. Within impersonal we have real account and nominal account. Now within the real account we have what? Tangible real accounts and intangible real accounts. Now tangible real accounts are the accounts which we can touch, जैसे प्लांट एंड मशीनरी है, कंप्यूटर है, सर्वर्स है, लैंड एंड बिल्डिंग्स है. They can be touched, so they are called the tangible real accounts. Next is the intangible real account. So patent account, copyrights account, goodwill account, they are the examples of intangible real accounts. जैसे हम लोग बोलते हैं this XYZ company, its products are good and reliable, so we can anyone can buy them. So what is here, what that XYZ company has gained the goodwill in the market, so customer can easily go and buy them. In the nominal account we'll see now the expenses accounts. So purchases accounts, printing and stationery है, then audit fees है, then Xerox expenses है. They are all the expenses and losses account. And income and gains account will be what? That will be interest received है, sales account है. They are all the income and gains account. Now we'll see how these three golden rules which we have learned earlier, how they will work for these different types of accounts in traditional methodology. Now this personal account जो है, how it will work? That will be debit the receiver, credit the giver. The next is the real account. How it will work? It will work on the principle as debit what comes in and credit what goes out. And the nominal account, how it will work? It will be working on the principle debit all expenses and losses and credit all incomes and gains. Now we'll see the few examples of the traditional methodology. Now suppose here Mitali started her business with a cash worth rupees 21,000. Now cash is what? It's a real account. So debit what comes in. And Mitali's capital account is a personal account. So it's a credit the giver. So the entry will be passed as cash account debit worth rupees 21,000 and Mitali's capital account credit rupees 21,000. Please do remember here one thing, that debit side will always appear on the left side and credit will always appear on the right side. Now in the other examples, let's see, Ram purchases goods from his capital account for rupees 6,000. Now purchases is a nominal account, so should be debited as it is a expense. And Ram's capital account is a personal account, so is the giver, so should be credited. So purchase account debit rupees 6,000 and Ram's capital account credit rupees 6,000. In the next example, we'll see that Rahul purchased plant and machinery worth rupees 50 lakhs by making a payment from his bank. अभी प्लांट एंड मशीनरी एज वी हैव सीन क्या है, इट्स अ रियल अकाउंट, सो शुड बी डेबिट व्हाट कम्स इन. And bank account is what? It's a personal account. So credit the giver. So the entry क्या आएगा? Plant and machinery account debit worth rupees 50 lakhs and Rahul's bank account is the giver. तो क्या आएगा? Credited rupees 50 lakhs. Now the next example we'll see Janhavi received interest worth rupees 15,000 in her bank account. Now interest is a nominal account, so should be credited. It is a income, जो income है, and Janhavi's bank account is a personal account, so is the receiver, so should be debited. So Janhavi's bank account debit rupees 15,000. Janhavi के बैंक में पैसा आ गया है, so it is 15,000 is debited and interest account is credited rupees 15,000. Now we'll see the modern methodology. Now this all ये थोड़ा simplify किया है, easy to understand किया है. So this is bifurcated in only 5 types of accounts. They are like asset account, liabilities account, capital account, revenue account, and expenses account. So asset account, as we have seen, building, land and building, plant and machinery, furniture and fixture, then computers and servers, these are all the asset account. Liabilities में क्या जाएगा? They are all the creditors account. Please do remember that when we say cash and bank account, it is always debit and it's a asset. The moment it becomes a overdraft account or CC account हम लोग जो बोलते हैं, that becomes a liability. So creditors account, then bank loan account, they are the liabilities account. Capital account is again my account, your account, Rohan's capital account and Tina's capital account. They are the capital accounts. Revenue accounts are what? That is the dividend received account. अगर आपने कुछ जगह भाड़े पे दिया है, you are getting rent against that, तो rent received account, that will be also revenue account. Expenses account is what? It is wages account. Audit fees है, then Xerox expenses है. All these are the expenses accounts. Now we'll see how these accounts work on the two principal rules. Okay. Now increase in the asset is debited and decrease in the asset is credited. Increase in the expenses and losses is debited and decrease in the decrease in the expense and losses is credited. Exactly इसका opposite आएगा liabilities. So liabilities is always having a credit balance. So increase in the liabilities is credited and decrease in the liabilities is debited. Increase in the capital is credited and decrease in the capital is debited. Similarly, increase in the revenue and gains is credited and decrease in the revenue and gains is debited. So we'll see now how these two principles work for this modern methodology, which is more simplified and easy to understand. Now suppose Omkar has withdrawn cash from bank worth rupees 15,000. जैसे cash comes in, so cash is an asset account. So increase in the asset is debited. And Omkar's bank account is also asset account. So it is decreased. So it is credited. So the entry will be cash account debit rupees 15,000 and Omkar's bank account will credit it for rupees 15,000. The next example we'll see the Rohan's pays office rent worth rupees 50,000 from his bank account. ऑफिस रेंट क्या है? खर्चा है, सो इट इज़ अ एक्सपेंस अकाउंट. और क्या हो गया? खर्चा बढ़ गया है, सो इंक्रीज इन द एक्सपेंस विल रिजल्ट इन डेबिटिंग द ऑफिस रेंट अकाउंट. एंड हु इज़ पेइंग? रोहन्स बैंक अकाउंट. सो दैट इज़ अ एसेट अकाउंट एंड इट इज़ डिक्रीज. वो रिड्यूस हो जाएगा आफ्टर मेकिंग द पेमेंट, सो इट इज़ credited. So the entry will be office rent account debit rupees 50,000 and Rohan's bank account will be credited rupees 50,000. In the next example, we'll see Arnav has received dividend worth rupees 15,000 in his bank account. Now dividend is the revenue, so it is the increase in the revenue, so it is credited. And Arnav's bank account is an asset account, so that is increase, so it is debited. So Arnav's bank account is debited 15,000. उसके बैंक के खाते में 15,000 जमा हो गए, so his bank account has increased, so it is debited. And कौन सा account credit? In the form of what? It is in the form of dividend, so dividend account is credited rupees 15,000. Now the last example is Akash pays office rent worth rupees 50,000 from his bank account. Now here office rent is expense account and increase in the expense will be result in debiting the rent account. So and where Akash's bank account is paying, so the account will be credited. So the entry will be passed as office rent account debited rupees 50,000 and Akash bank account who is the paying office rent जो बैंक अकाउंट से खाते से जा रहा है, सो दैट विल बी क्रेडिटेड रुपीज़ 50,000. तो आज के वीडियो में हमने देखा द डिफरेंट ऑब्जेक्टिव्स ऑफ अकाउंटिंग एंड द टाइप्स ऑफ अकाउंटिंग विद द एग्जाम्पल्स. तो आपको ये वीडियो कैसा लगा ज़रूर बताइए. प्लीज़ डू शेयर, लाइक एंड सब्सक्राइब टू माय दिस चैनल अकाउंटिंग समझो बाय श्रुति. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर वॉचिंग.